What's up? Today I want to talk about this book, Rafael Nadal Life Story. Just woke up a little bit tired still, a little vacation here in the south of France, and I thought why not just talk a little bit about this book, just a few lessons I've learned. I almost finished it, so I thought why not. If you don't know Rafael Nadal, first of all, you're a little bit crazy because Rafael Nadal is one of the biggest tennis heroes in the history of tennis. I think he won 18 Grand Slams, won Roland Garros for like 11 times. He's just a big tennis star, and I was thinking about, okay, let me pick up this book, let me know, let me just figure out what makes this boy so special. So Rafael Nadal was raised, or comes from Manacor, which is a little island on, which is a little town actually on the island of Mallorca. So he's a Spanish guy, and basically what makes him so special is from a young age he was actually a football player. So he started out playing football, he was very talented, and he actually liked it very much. And then suddenly on a day he started to play tennis, and his uncle Tony figured out that he was actually a way better tennis player. So they started training, and they figured out that they should put all their eggs in the tennis basket, so not the football basket. And very soon he became a professional tennis player. I think he won his first Grand Slam when he was only, I think, 18 or 19 years old, Roland Garros. So yeah, very young age he became successful. But that's what Rafael Nadal makes so what makes Rafael Nadal so special is because he didn't let success come to his head. He was always very humble, and was because his uncle Tony actually raised him or trained him in a very harsh way. So he was not answering his first competitive success. So he was not very responsive to his very first competitive success, as if it was normal that he won his first tournaments, right? And that was the reason why he became or why he was humble and stayed hungry for more. So that was one thing. Another thing that really struck me from this book is the importance of family for Nadal. So Nadal, besides his competitive winning mindset on the court, is actually a very sensitive little boy with a lot of insecurities. In the book they talk about that he's afraid of dark, that he can't stand thunder and lightning, he's afraid of it. And he's actually a boy full of insecurities. He doesn't like media so much, so it's not his thing. And he always returns to his family home after the tournaments, because Mallorca is the island where he can fully disconnect from all the clutter, all the bullshit of the tennis world, all the media stuff. And yeah, the importance of his family, he says, is very important. And it's really a clan. So the whole his team is actually just his family. So if you look at his team, who manages him, who manages finances, it's all within the family. So his father is in it, his uncle is in it, even his mother has a good role in it. So it's really a family business around Nadal that makes him really special. And what really struck me is, and that was some examples of the book, is that from age 10 to 22, he actually lived with all his family members, his grandparents, his sister, his 4 brothers, his uncles. He lived in the same apartment block in Mallorca, and he never left the house. So all his family lived in the same apartment block, and they just did everything together. Same for Wimbledon, where he reached the final a couple of times. If you didn't watch the game in 2008 against Roger Federer, the final, that final is described as one of the biggest tennis matches in history of life. So you have to watch it. It's on YouTube. I think it's a game of 6 hours, so you have to watch that. Anyway, when he went to Wimbledon, he rented a house next to the courts where his family just cluttered together. All his family members came together, rented a house, one big family house. So he was never alone in a hotel room where he had to think too much. He was always surrounded by his family. So family clan, very important for Nadal's success, which is remarkable. I mean, it's not a typical success story. So yeah, importance of family, very important for Nadal in his career. And still today, He hates traveling. He's homesick a lot of times, he says in his book. So he really enjoys being around his family, and that's part what makes him so strong and so humble. And that's, you know, when young tennis players are getting success fast, they lose their heads and they do stupid things. Not Nadal. Nadal is very grounded into his humble mindset, which was instilled by his family. So yeah, that's a couple of lessons I wrote down for this book, Rafa, his life story. If you want to pick it up, it's a great book. It actually describes the whole match of Wimbledon on 2008, the final against Roger Federer. It's like a story around that. So if you want to pick it up, go read it. So anyway, yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.